over.
Buccaneers
won. It's all over. It's all over. There's nothing. It's done. I hope you tune in. You're like, why? Why is he saying it's done already? Because Goz already screwed me. All right. So you were probably expecting to hear or see this show yesterday. We hoped to do that, but with the ice, snow, and everything else, Rudolph on vacation. It just worked very hard at the end of December. We just didn't want to risk everyone's safety and health, so we moved it to today. Also, this means Boston Dan can't be here. That scallywag is busy at a family function, so I don't have to put up with his shenanigans. I don't want to swear yet.
All right.
I'm pacing the swear. Live at Hooters right here on Wolf Road. And, of course, if you're listening to this later, you're a loser. You should have been here. We are having an absolute blast at Hooters, as we always do, ice-cold beers. This is the home for Levack Blue Bubble Hockey Tournament. You still got days left to come here. February 10th, 17th, and 24th, 6 to 9 p.m. You play against a Hooters girl. I don't know if Hooters girls are good at bubble hockey, but I would imagine it's the perfect opportunity to drop the dad joke, well, the bad dad joke of, hey, guys, you used to blow bubbles when you were a kid?
Not on the Empire Twitter, Levack. Not that joke. No.
Just say yes.
Yes.
I just saw him. He was looking for you. All right. So you great opportunity during bubble hockey to use the didn't used to blow bubbles joke. I'm sure it's the perfect time. Our boy Cam already dropping the hi guys. He's like taking Corey's spot of the early hi.
I do love that joke, by the way.
I think you're. I don't want to speak for you. I think your favorite is still the Cinderella joke, but you also like that one as well. I just happened to notice out of nowhere there's a random Santa hat in the back corner over here at Hooters.
Potentially from the Godzilla Media Christmas party.
I would like to believe that it's like Santa somewhere loaded in here because he's just like, whatever, I'm good. Got all the presents where they need to be. Time to go check out some ladies, some wings, and some ice cold brouhahas. That's what I think is going on.
We have to ask around and find out if that's the case. And yeah, just a reminder, Techie's Facebook page, Godzilla Media YouTube, and the Albany Empire Twitter. If you're an Empire fan who's watching us for the first time, we have the Feel the Love February winner coming later in the show. So if you've entered that contest, I
hope so. I mean, we need Jamie to let me know who it is.
Feel the Love February.
We're gonna have to
winner
get that.
Is coming later.
All right.
Levack is looking and saying, like, no, he's definitely out. So he or she will definitely win today at some point. If Jimmy swings
somebody's
by.
going to win. I'll just pick one. I'll just go on the site and pick one if it comes down to it. I don't care.
And it's the launch of our Super Bowl Radio Row virtual shows, Levack. We are virtual this year. Thanks a lot, California, for not letting us go to the Super Bowl. But we're going to have awesome guests, and they start off today with one of our favorites later on.
I got to be real. I didn't want to fly all the way to L.A. I mean, I would have done it. I didn't want to fuck. And with our luck, we would fly to L.A. and they'd be like, screw you, California. We're going to go play at Jerry's World in Dallas. And like my fat ass is just sitting there in LA with nothing to do.
Did you not want to fly because one, you hate flying, or two, how bad the COVID stuff is still, like restriction wise, of what we're used to? Not anything about COVID as an overall take, but we're so used to doing it a certain way. It would have been so different from when we've covered Super Bowls in the past.
Mainly, I hate to fly, and that's a long flight. I'm over all the COVID stuff. Like, and if you want to hate me. I've been boosted, double shot. I wear a mask. I'm supposed to wear a mask. I forgot my mask. Started walking to Stewart's today. The lady I see all the time, nice lady. I go, oh crap. I go, do you guys sell masks? I go, if I put my hoodie up over my face, can I go in and buy a mask real quick? She goes, we'll give you one. Just run up to the counter as fast as you can, and we'll give it. They gave me a mask.
Hey.
It's very nice of them. Because that's the thing, like with the mask in the stores and even like in Hooters and whatever. That's not for me. It's how do I not give this person who brings me food, who sells me gas? How do I not give them a hard time? I don't care. Like the flight attendants. How do I not give the flight attendant a hard time? If I gotta wear a mask, fine, whatever. I'll live with it. I don't love it. I can't wait for it to be over. But you know how I lived through this entire pandemic from the rip. I got vaccinated when I was supposed to. I washed my hands. Didn't touch my face. I didn't change what I did. Somehow, I still haven't had it. How my unhealthy, fat, lazy ass has not had it yet makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I think COVID is afraid to get me. I think that's what it comes down to. I think somewhere in a dark room, COVID, Omicron, and Donkey Kong, and all the other ones are sitting around going, stay away from that fat guy in upstate. He's a wreck, and he will take us down. Like, I think that, because we were in Miami when it started. What's there, an additional 3 million people for the Super Bowl in Miami?
Yeah.
You went to the city to a sports talk radio convention, came back. One of our dear friends from the mothership almost dies from it. You don't get it. I don't get it. We hosted events all the way through, and we haven't had it. I don't understand it. I'm glad. I'm not like going, come get me. I'm just saying I'm grateful I haven't had it. But at this point, I feel like wearing the mask, washing my hands, not touching my face is working out well. And I don't like touching people. So quick fist bump walking by people instead of like, hey, what's up, man? And like hitting my shoulder and all like, oh, I'm all right with it. It all works out.
And you'll find out later in the show that our conversations that we had with people, they're still as relaxed and fun as always, even though they're not face to face with us. If anything, maybe just one conversation, people seem less stressed.
We've only had one.
I know, but more relaxed, open. You know how stressful it gets when you're there on site because you got the
for you it
agent,
is.
somebody.
I'm good now.
Oh man, it drives me nuts.
I'm good now. But like, yeah, because my first year, it took me like one. Let's be real. My first Super Bowl ever cover Radio Row was in Arizona with Armin. And I was like, you are everyone. I was like, we're running late. We're running this. We're running that. Now I'm like, what? Then in my next one was with Brady Farkas. I was still stressed out because I didn't know how he was going to do and everything that could go wrong. Our first one together, I was stressed out because the gear got lost by United Airlines. But ever since then, I'm just like, whatever happens, happens. Somebody walks by. Sup? Shoot my shot. Hey, Josh McCown, you want to sit down? What's up?
Yeah. Chad Ochocinco and you hugging like your teammate.
Brandon Marshall walks by, punches me in the back like we've been friends for years, or he's hated me for years. Like, you just don't get stressed out anymore. You still somehow can't get over that and get stressed out.
No, still stresses me out, especially with times and bookings and agents and everything else. So maybe it'll be a smoother Super Bowl week, but we'll have coverage across the board on Godzilla Media. Different podcasts, different hosts you may have not heard of before. We're going to have some awesome guests for you and all that good stuff. And we're here live at Hooters. Don't forget, Hooters, big game, the Super Bowl. Order your to-go orders from here at Hooters. I'm just seeing some of these prices for chicken wings across the capital region in New York. They're ridiculous. They are not like that here at Hooters. I just keep asking, like, how are you guys? Don't worry about it, guys. The prices here at Hooters, you already know. The food's great. Make sure
I love when you get the menu and it says MKT, market prices. So they won't tell you order and then you get the wings and you get the bill. Like, yeah, you're screwed. you're screwed. Just leave the card on the table and hope at that point. Live at Hooters, and then Hooters deliveries, all that stuff. Awesome. Love it. That's phenomenal. Ice cold beers. I love the delivery, but like I almost feel like it should come with like a picture of like Ashley O, like, you know, putting the bag up. Ashley O at the bar tonight. And if you don't know what that means, you need to get to Hoots. Tonight's the night. Get to Hoots. Super Bowl 56 coming quickly. A week from tomorrow, Super Bowl 56. I for one, am very excited. Yeah?
Are you feeling different than we last talked on Tuesday? Has anything happened this past week? I know the buildup really starts today, really, with everything happening. Has your attitude changed about the game yet?
No. I mean, it's the same as been all season. I am pot committed to the LA Rams. So as long as the Rams win this thing, it's a great day. I'm trying to think how I feel with it being. I don't care that it's right. They pushed it back closer to Valentine's Day, but like hearing enough of our friends, coworkers, people we know who have to adjust how they do everything because, well, the missus now knows I'm not going to be available, the weekend of Valentine's Day. So I have to give her this weekend plus a weekend to be named later. It's like an MLB trade. That's hysterical to me. I'm single, so it doesn't matter. Like, are you dealing with that at all in the Gozlowski household?
Oh, yeah. My wife is back in Syracuse this week with the son. Two of her sisters are born on the same day. So they're celebrating their birthday today.
They call those twins.
Right? Yeah. 9 years apart, though. Yeah, what are the odds of that happening?
Some kids take a little longer to develop. Which ones are they? Are they any of the ones?
The oldest and the youngest.
I don't know that.
One's in Vegas and one's in Syracuse. I think you've met both of them before.
Well, yeah. One has been on Jersey Shore.
Yes.
Has the other one also?
No. Public
have
footage.
any of them called me Labatt?
I think so. Maybe
half of them have.
But yeah, she's there. So I think her weekends are thrown off too because, like you mentioned, next week's Valentine's week. But for me, I think I'm going to find myself as the week progresses to root for the Bengals more and more. I don't know if they can actually win. I'm going to struggle to find a way because we've said this about, a month? The Bengals can't block anybody. Now they've got to block Von Miller and Aaron Donald.
Right.
They're a team that may have achieved in the right year, possibly with teams like the Ravens dealing with injuries, Pittsburgh being on a down season, Cleveland dealing with an injury with Baker Mayfield. People would say, well, Cincinnati benefited from an injury-riddled North, but they won. So I know through the week because they're the underdog, I'm going to find myself rooting for Cincinnati. but I'm going to struggle to find a reason as to why that offense is going to be able to move against the Rams. But we got a lot more shows to talk about that for sure.
I've been hanging out with enough people who I'm trying to figure out how to say this and not give things away. Let's say, for example, I've been planning we're on the Albany Empire Twitter live right now. Let's say I've been planning specialty days. And let's say, for example, I don't know, we were hosting a game on Armed Forces Day. And I was putting together the military appreciation stuff. Maybe that's it. So I'm really freaked out about the flag. Because when you put the flag on a uniform, a jersey, or whatever, it has to be a certain way. It has to be stars forward. So my buddy I don't even want to show the camera. So he got the Levack and Goz hoodie, and he added the Allen Strong, which I'll explain in a second. I think they put it on backwards. I think they're going to have to take it off and fix it. I'm gonna.
Okay.
I know, but if you got to do it a certain way, or it's disrespectful to the flag. You got to do it a certain way. So my buddy Eric Allen, I'll do this right now, and then we'll get into everything else. My buddy Eric Allen was a guy. If you haven't heard, there was a massive explosion at the Queen's Marina, and my buddy was the guy who had to be airlifted to Vermont and is in Boston currently. You know, he's having surgeries and very, very rough shape. So we're looking for positive thoughts. So they came up with Allen Strong. I may have called a few friends, got some Allen Strong shirts made real quick. Get that out there. Allen Strong koozies coming very soon.
Nice.
All that stuff. And I'm just going to give them to the family, let them do what they want with it. Give them away, sell them, whatever you want to do. I don't care. It's not my problem after that point. Like I just wanted to do something nice they could use. And my buddy Eric is one of the greatest guys on the face of the planet, hands down. And he likes a cold pop now and again. So I figure the koozies will be perfect for when he's 100% back and rocking it at the acre, as he calls it.
We're thinking of those guys, man. We're thinking of Eric for sure, man. I know I've had an opportunity to hang out with you guys and your friends and everything else, especially all the times before, but I want to make sure, shout out to those guys, make sure everything's going well. Allen Strong for sure, man, over the next few months here.
Always good. Like, they've been there for me as long as I've known them, and I'm happy to help anyway. And just keep good thoughts for Eric Allen and the tribe, if you will. Live at Hooters, it is Levack and Goz. This is the ramp up. We're officially ramping up towards Super Bowl 56. I can say it because I'm not selling anything, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So we're ramping up towards Super Bowl 56. We're gonna do a virtual radio row. So we're gonna get guys and women, whoever we want to talk to that's available. We're gonna hit them up on the old talking box on the computer and have conversations with them.
Yes, and Levack, it also goes to some of our great people who are partners with us here on Levack, Goz, and Goz Media. That's our friends at the Mohawk family. How about our schedule coming up this week? Wednesday at Mohawk Chevrolet in Half Moon, I will be judging the finals of the Tour de Wings. You're laid up. You got a little thing going on with the face and the mouth.
They're opening the gum so that I can get my fake tooth finally, my implant. There's no way on God's green earth I'm eating hot wings with an open gum. It's just stupid, right? I can't do it.
So I'm representing Levack Goz for that. Join us on the Mohawk Chevrolet social media page at noon if you want to watch the Tour de Wings. And Mohawk Chevrolet, I know you got a great relationship with them. I do as well. Shout out to Andy Gelcher.
Andy Gelcher has been calling me Toothless Wonder since I told him why I won't be there for the Tour de Wings.
And then on Thursday, we will be broadcasting live for Mohawk Honda. We've got a great guest list. One of our favorites in particular, Lofa Tupu, is going to join us on that show as well. So join us live at Mohawk Honda on Thursday, February 10th from 4 to 5:30, either there in Glenville where you can find a new vehicle or on our social media platforms. Mohawk Honda, Mohawk Chevrolet, they always go out of their way to please you. Shout out to my guy, Cam McKenna, as well. He hit me up on Friday. My pilot's on the way. Cannot wait to get into that new ride. You could do the same for yourself. Mohawk Honda, Mohawk Chevrolet, proud sponsors of our virtual radio road this week with awesome events on the way Wednesday and Thursday.
You want to do this? You want to see if I can make this work?
Let's see if we can do it. Our first radio row guest.
All right. We love us some Ross Tucker. And I'd love to see if I can figure out this technology. Let's give it a run. Let's see what happens. Levack and Goz live from the Tech East Fire and Water Restoration Special Studios. It's our Radio Row extravaganza. We're joined by one of our favorite people. He's like Santa Claus. He makes us smile once a year. It's Ross Tucker. Ross, how have you been, man? It's been way too long.
I am doing awesome. I like that. I like that I'm like Santa Claus. Never heard that one before. Hopefully it's not because my beard is that big. My beard or my belly are that big, hopefully. My daughter just told me she liked that I trimmed my beard for the first time in a while, so I'll take it. But yes, always good to see you guys. Always good to talk with you.
All right, so let's build towards the less fun football stories. Let's start with one of your former teams. Do you like the Washington Commanders? Did they get it right?
No, they definitely did not get it right. I mean, I'm okay with it. It's not terrible. It's just like generic insert new safe name here. It's like an XFL name or a USFL name. It doesn't sound like an NFL name. I really wanted Warthogs. Washington Warthogs would have been amazing. I would have taken Red Hogs. I would have taken Groundhogs. I thought because they were doing it on Groundhog Day that maybe they were the Groundhogs. And even any way that I could have called them the Hogs would have been amazing. It's a reference to, their best years when they were led by the offensive line. I don't get it. I don't know why they didn't do it. It's a bummer. Commanders is fine, but it's like, now I don't know what to say. When people say to me, what teams did you play for? It's like, I played for the Bills, Cowboys, Patriots, Browns, and the Commanders. Like, I don't know.
Well, it's just like the movie Groundhog Day. The Washington football team gets it wrong again and again and again.
That movie's amazing, by the way.
Yes, best.
The Jeopardy scene is my favorite. Like when he looks at the woman and gives the answer before she even finishes the question. It is like, I love that. I love Bill Murray.
Oh, yeah. I'm with you. So he's my favorite.
Ross, you mentioned your beard, man. We've been hearing you on radio, the Westwood One coverage. It seems like you've had more fun than ever. Mike Golick Sr. is on the coverage with you. I think Kevin Harlan's been on there. You've done a great job with the broadcast this year, and in particular, the AFC title game, the Bengals and the Chiefs. You were there, sidelines doing it. Take us through this amazing comeback for Cincinnati.
Well, I appreciate the kind words. And yeah, it's so fun doing games, man. I mean, I do a lot of different things in the media. All the podcasts and stuff are great. But there's nothing like being at a game. Now, the negative is the travel. I'm not going out to the Super Bowl, and I'm actually happy about that. I've been to at least one game every weekend since the Eagles' first preseason game, August 11th. So it'll be nice. My daughter's like, wait, you're going to be home this weekend? What are we going to do? Like, they're thoroughly confused, and I don't blame them. It's awesome, though. To be on the sideline in that atmosphere, it was so cool. I mean, I'll give you a couple of things that stand out to me about it, okay? I'm going to try to set the scene for you guys. One is when the Bengals got that stop at the end of the first half, I ran out there on the field to interview Zach Taylor with Evan Washburn from CBS, and he was so pumped up. He was like, yeah, look at the score. It was the same score as the last time we beat these guys. Like, he was fired up. And I'm telling you, that play changed the whole game. Even if the Chiefs get a field goal there, I don't think the Bengals come back and win that game. It was psychological. Then, it's funny, after halftime, the loudest the fans were the whole time, and I've never heard a sound like it, the coin toss. Because you think about when fans get loud, right? Like a touchdown or third down, right? To mess with the offense. There's like a buzz. It kind of increases. There's like a crescendo, like third down, or touchdown. It's like Mahomes rolling around, whereas the coin toss, by the way, these noises, you guys could really you could put me in a bad spot if you just clip these noises.
Isolating
Ross,
as we speak,
big man making weird noises. But no, in all sincerity, guys, imagine the coin toss, okay? They hadn't really celebrated in 2 hours, and it's dead quiet. Nobody's talking. It's like this. Because everybody's waiting to hear what happens with the coin toss because they know how important it is. And when he said it's heads or whatever it was, that it was like a bomb went off. It went from 0 to 100 on the decibel level. It went from nothing to, we're going to win. We're going to Super Bowl. And then they didn't, which is crazy. And then after the game, I interview Joe Mixon within a minute of McPherson making that kick, and he got emotional. I think a lot of people know what he did in college. Horrific incident caught on video. I think the Bengals were one of the few teams that would even draft him as a result of that. And so he was just so appreciative to the Bengals, to the Brown family for giving him that opportunity that he thought maybe he had ruined forever. So he's crying. And then like 2 minutes later, 3 minutes, maybe I'm interviewing Burrow, calmest dude I ever interviewed. I was allowed to have 3 questions. Can't remember the first one, guys, but the second one, I literally said to him, Joe, you just won the AFC Championship game. You're going to the Super Bowl. How are you so calm right now? And he's like, well, I was excited a couple minutes ago when we made the kick, but I kind of thought we'd win. This is what we expect, and this is how the Bengals are going to be now. I mean, like, I know Montana's Joe Cool, but this guy was calm, cool, and collected.
Insane. Ross Tucker with us right now. It's virtual radio, Row. I'm sorry, I have to point out, every time you move up a little bit, it looks like you've already picked the team that you think is going to win this thing, or at least you're rooting for on your shirt.
Oh, that's Princeton.
Oh, it looks like it was only the top. I looked like a bee.
Yeah. That's so. By the way, though, that is part of the reason why I like the Bengals. The Bengals look like Princeton. That's a great point. No, I've always loved the Bengals uniforms because they do remind me of Princeton in certain ways. Look, I'll be happy no matter who wins, but I'm rooting for the Bengals. I'm taking the Bengals and the points. Every game ends up being by a field goal. As I said on the Even Money podcast, my betting podcast, you're going to give me 4.5 points when every game ends in a field goal in the playoffs this year, the last 6 games. I'll take the 4.5 points. I think there's a decent chance the Bengals win, but if they lose, I think it's a close game. So I'll gobble up the 4.5 points. Here's the thing. I'll be happy for Matthew Stafford if he wins it all. I'll be happy for Aaron Donald. He's a great player. Eric Weddle coming out every time. I'll be happy. Whitworth. I'll be happy for all those guys. But do Rams fans really deserve this? Like, they get sold. They lose more of their tickets than they use for the NFC Championship game. Bengals fans have never won a Super Bowl. They've been around a long time. I would be so excited for the city of Cincinnati and Bengals fans if they won it. I kind of always like the underdogs too. I like the underdogs, and I like whoever's been there, it's been the least, right? So I wanted the Bills to beat the Chiefs because Bills-Bengals would have been awesome.
How about being excited for me, who bet the Rams early and often to win it all before the season started? And now listen, I love Joe Burrow. You're one of my favorite people to talk to, but blank both of you, I want that cash.
Okay, hold on a second, though. You guys are in Albany, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So then how did you do that before it was legal in New York?
We've been able to bet at Rivers Casino and Sportsbook for a while, brick and mortar. It went mobile, became legal during the season.
One of those.
Got it. I was just trying to mess with you, dude. I don't care how you did it. I was just trying to figure out how you would get yourself out of that one.
I never bet before it was legal. Vinny the Fish hasn't been on this show before. Not at all. No, I picked Rams over Chiefs before the season started. I bet that is the exact. I bet the Rams heavy, and then I've been up in the Rams as the season went on. I could do well with this. I'm just saying, a little something for your fat friend back here in Albany. I'm just,
Hey, you know what? That gives me one more thing to be happy about if the Rams win. Stafford, Whitworth, Donald, Weddle, and my man in Albany. Let's go Bengals, though.
Little Levack love. That's all I ask.
Ross, Valentine's Day just around the corner. My front page story. My wife anniversary is also at this point too. Tell us about it. Hook us up on Valentine's Day. What can we do?
Well, everybody just does the same thing. Everybody just like chocolate or flowers, or they take them out to dinner, maybe do something different. Like, it'll totally blow her mind. I've seen so many videos now of dudes giving their wives these stories for the holidays or Valentine's Day. It's unbelievable because they're opening up. It's framed. It looks like it's on the cover of the newspaper, but the wife or the fiance, she has no idea what it is. She's like, wait, what is this? And the guy's always like, I had a story written about you. She's like, what do you mean? Like, no, I had a story written about you. They're like, their mind is blown. And then when they actually read the quotes, and it's like, I never thank her enough for everything she's done for me and the family. Like, all the little things, she cried. Like, they almost all cry. I'm not going to guarantee they cry, but they almost all cry. And then it gets hung up in your house somewhere. So anytime you get an argument, anytime she's mad at you, you can just point at it and be like, I had a story written about you. Did you have a story written about me? No, I didn't think you did. MyFrontPageStory.com.
MyFrontPageStory.com. Now, I think it would behoove my friend Goz over here to get one, if I'm right, Levack nails Super Bowl winner before season starts at MyFrontPageStory.com. Like Valentine's Day. How about me? A little more me. That's all I'm looking for.
Don't do that, Ross. Don't let him do that, please.
I love that. I love it. Why were you so high on him?
I like Stafford a lot. I thought the Rams defense was already at a level they should have been in contention. But seeing Stafford get wasted for as many years as he was in Detroit, I was pulling for him. I bet him for MVP early too. That didn't pan out quite as well.
No, I mean he was in the running for a while. So you went all in on Stafford. What'd you think of that arm punt he threw to Jaquaski Tart?
I blocked that out. I took that right out of my memory and deleted it. I won. I was in 5 fantasy football leagues. I won 2. He was the quarterback in both.
Wow.
Just saying.
That's awesome. No, he has had a great year.
Yeah. Listen, I'm a Raiders fan. So if I'm betting on the Rams, I believe in them. That's what I'm saying.
What do you think about the Raiders? Oh, I got to go. But what do you think of the Raiders getting rid of Mayock and Bisaccia?
I like Bisaccia a lot, but I think long term, if you can bring in a GM and a head coach that work well together, like McDaniels and Ziegler, you got to take a swing at it.
I can see that. I probably would have stuck with it for one more year and seen how it went because the only sample size, which is small, was pretty good.
Yeah,
but I understand that too.
I was glad they didn't blow it. They got a guy I can be happy about.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Guy who never blows it for us. We love whenever we get a chance to talk to Ross Tucker. MyFrontPageStory.com. Ross, thanks for making time, and good luck to Princeton, but not the Bengals. Sorry.
Sounds great. See you guys.
See you.
There he goes, Ross Tucker. That was cool. That worked. Look at I pushed buttons appropriately. I think I figured it out. We are live here at Hooters. It is the beginning of our virtual Radio Row extravaganza. And what we've done is we've forced everyone to move. And if you look, you'll see Ash O walking around back. There she goes. She's back over there. There she goes. One of the most beautiful women on the planet. 100%. Inside and out. She's just a beautiful, beautiful woman.
She's stunning. And the thing was that Ryan McCarthy from No Credentials Required was trying to sit there, and we told him no.
No, you were like, Ryan, it's okay, sit here. I'm like, Ryan, I swear to all this holy, if you block the view of Ash, I'll cut you. I got a knife in my pocket with your name on it. I'll cut you. And then the guy's like, no, he's kidding. I was like sitting there, and I was like, yeah, Ryan, I'm joking. I wouldn't cut you at all. Would I? No. No. So Ryan's far away. He'll be back after the show. We love Ryan. Ryan's a great guy.
We will have more guests throughout the week for the big game. And Levack, I've got some big news just in time for the Super Bowl. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56, is officially live right now in New York State with mobile sports betting. That means you can place a bet no matter where you are, like right here at Hooters on Wolf Road in Albany, on your phone. Glenville, Saratoga, it doesn't matter where you are here in New York, Lake George, you can place a bet on your phone with DraftKings Sportsbook. It's an exciting time to be a sports fan, and DraftKings is making it easier and even more exciting than ever with this special offer. Listen to this, not a new customer. You can experience Super Bowl 56 with same-game parlays. Combine multiple bets from the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Sign up using code 518.
But guys, what would a code like 518 do for me?
Just $5 and win $280 in free bets if your team wins.
That's amazing.
That's 56-1 odds using code 518 this week at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for full details. Must be 21 and over and physically present in New York. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
All right. While you did that, I don't know if it's worth it, but I just did Knicks and over with the spread against the Lakers tonight. So let's hope. Let's hope.
You know what, Levack? I'm glad we moved our show from Friday to Saturday because
because your wife and child are away and now you can have real fun.
No, they watch the show. So no, mid-February.
Yeah, right. I can just imagine Rex looking at the screen going, dad, love dad, hate fat boy, hate fat boy. I think that's what he does.
This week, we've got North Carolina Duke, Knicks Lakers tonight, Knicks Lakers tonight, North Carolina Duke tonight, NHL All-Star Game, Pro Bowl tomorrow. This ends up being a really stacked weekend, but I guess we'll sit there with that. The Knicks and the Lakers.
Speaking of stacked, we're at Hooters. with stacked wings. They're stacked with wings.
It's important now, the Knicks and the Lakers, right? LeBron and Russell Westbrook and Julius Randle. Maybe this is what the Knicks need. They need a prime time victory.
Why is
over
Julius
LA.
Randle not traded yet? Why am I not waking up to news of Julius Randle being traded? Why is that not like we had our little love affair? Everything was good. Everything was fun. It's time for Julius Randle to be traded. Okay, can we just get it done, please? Can we make it happen?
Last year he was the king of New York.
Well, you left it. There was a very important word in there. Last year he's playing like poop again.
He was so bad in the playoffs. Like he was historically bad in the playoffs. The people who are wrecking Trae Young and ridiculing them and everybody.
Mr. Lynch, everyone.
Mr. Lynch in the building. I haven't seen him in years.
I don't know. He's hiding behind me. There he goes.
There he is. But like Julius Randle wasn't good in the playoffs, so maybe that changed everything else that happened with that franchise. But the New York Knicks are not where they're supposed to be as a franchise.
I'll be here.
Maybe a top 4 seed. But that same stuff we can say about the Knicks and Randle and everything else, we can move that same conversation to the Lakers. They're not where they're supposed to be. They're underachieving. And why hasn't Russell Westbrook been traded? It's almost the same teams facing off against one another tonight.
Yeah, but you don't have LeBron in New York. You know what I mean? Like that's right, yeah, you're not the same team because like the Lakers could go 2-80, and I would go see all 80 of their losses because I'm seeing LeBron James. There's nobody on the Knicks that I'm going, I don't care if they win or lose. That's history on the court. Well, I mean, yes, Randall's good play apparently is history, but they don't, if you got LeBron, you're always in everything, like every single thing. It's sad that LeBron James is basically the Bill O'Brien of the NBA. Really good at his actual job, but shouldn't be allowed to be GM. It just shouldn't be allowed to be GM. Just really shouldn't.
He was just playing 2K, right? Like,
yeah.
Wait, I can get Anthony Davis. All right, that's a good trade.
There you go.
Wait. Russell Westbrook.
Love it. Let's do it.
This. Oh, wait, this doesn't work.
I can't control Russell Westbrook. He's going to use his own brain. Oh, no thanks. No thanks. I learned that from one of my buddies about Madden years and years ago. I'm like, why would you like sell out your whole team to get Randall Cunningham after his like not his good year in Minnesota, the year after his good year in Minnesota? He's like, look at his skill set. Boom, 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 boom. I don't need his decision making. I'm doing the decision making. I'll throw the ball where I want to throw it. And it's like I'm like all of a sudden Madden in all those games is like you start looking for that guy who is a head case but has a strong arm, has a great like 3-point shot, but doesn't do it when they're supposed to. LeBron thinks he can do that with these dudes. It's like he's getting real talent around him, but man, Westbrook, Kyrie, all these guys that if you could get them where their only focus was playing the way you want them to play, you'd win all the things. But you just can't do that. Sadly, they're people and humans, and you got to let them control themselves. Like we might get a chance to talk to Ryan Leaf. Imagine if Ryan Leaf now could control Ryan Leaf when he got drafted. Like it would. I learned all the lessons already. Let me go.
Hey, this is pretty good. Or what if they allow the NBA says, you know what? We know we're going to have probably good ratings no matter what because the playoffs. Can we just combine the Knicks and the Lakers? Just take the players you don't want on the team. We'll just get like LeBron and then Anthony Davis. Then we'll have a few role guys because that's what it is. Both these teams are so far off with the direction they're hoping to go. It's championships. They hope they can win it. Right now, both teams aren't there, but it still should be a really good game tonight. That's a 2.5-point game. Lakers are favored. Place your wagers as you will on DraftKings tonight for that game. I know you already did, like you said.
Yeah. Well, I did it because you were talking about them, and unlike those people, I'm a puppet. I can be controlled. You say wager, and I wager. That's all.
Already. Is that Jared Lozier?
He's off camera. He's got to like lean into you.
Go ahead, lean in there, Jared.
There he is.
Eastern Insurance.
That's kind of cute when you had your head on his shoulder. That's nice.
Day. Look at that.
Nice. Valentine's Day is coming up.
That's the face you want to save cash in the capital region. Jared Lozier, Northeastern Insurance. His number on the bottom of our info right here across Apple, Spotify. What?
I always forget that Goz is nice. Like for me, like as soon as he said that's the face, I was gonna be like that you should be afraid of. Goz is like, if you're looking to save money on insurance, that's the face right there, Jared Lozier. I'm over here going, Jared Lozier, that's not the face you want to golf with. He's not as good as he says he is. Which I mean, he said he was really, really good, so he's okay.
So bad.
Live at Hooters, man. Very excited. Levack and Goz.
We'll run it back. We got 8 different events at the Hideaway this year ready to go. I already have us locked down for a foursome every single time.
But then what happens after golf? Oh, that for golfing. Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm at Hooters. I'm thinking very differently right now. Very differently.
Well, I thought we were going to get Boston Dan to bring up set of girlfriends.
I feel like you have to move this way, and then Jared's got to move over a
I'll
little
get
bit.
closer to you, no problem.
Because like he's
We all
like
can huddle up.
You want to do the head
like
thing with you
for
now?
everybody who's listening on like Apple, Spotify, the Vitrola, whatever. Like you hear him, but you don't realize he's here. Jared's now in camera for people watching
And
live.
we're the three best friends that
anybody can have.
Nailed it.
Wow.
Levack is shell shocked.
That was uncomfortable. That was uncomfortable. All right, live at Hoots. Let's I guess it's time. I guess it's time to talk about the most fun that can happen in all of sports. Brian Flores, how about that? We dipped into this a little bit. I want to start with the only real solution to minority candidates getting an actual shot at equality in head coaching is to start bringing people of color up through the ranks. Like just forcing me to interview someone does not, sure, you're going to get a Mike Tomlin who blows people's mind. They're like, I'm in, let's get this guy. You're going to get those kind of things. But the majority of these guys, if they're in the organization and they work their way up, like, all right, so New Orleans, the Saints are about to get drugged because they're probably going to hire Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen's in the organization. That defense has overachieved every year he's been there, and they've gone on record as saying we're behind Seattle or in wins over the last 10 years. That's it. We don't want to upset the apple cart. We want to keep things moving the way they are. We're gonna promote from within, kind of thing. Like they haven't said they're gonna promote from within, but that's it. They're gonna get killed for that because there's another white guy getting hired. If Dennis Allen isn't Dennis Allen, or is Dennis Allen and he happens to be black, he still worked his way through it all. He suffered through years of being a Raiders head coach, like all those things. It's not a quick fix. You can't win the press right now. It's got to be built up through time. It's not sexy. It's not going to win everybody over right away, but it's the only way you have a long-term achievement in that direction.
Yeah, I'm going to turn to Jared on this because, Jared, you said something right before.
Yeah, because he's the closest to someone of color on the show.
No.
He's the ginger.
No. You said
Is that
something.
what
Ginger, I mean, come on now.
A Jewish. All right, two more quotas and we have $1. Sorry.
Hey, let's go.
You said the class action lawsuit. That, right now, it's not one, right? Because
It's only just him. It's only him going against. And then I saw the statement coming down from John Elway today. Saying we interviewed him back in 2019. We said you're just not a fit for this. You're not a fit for our organization.
I love the way Elway turned it too. Like he was hungover, he was this, he was that. Elway's like, I'm gonna paraphrase, kind of hurt my feelings. I've been traveling all night. It was my only chance. You didn't want to interview a day later. You want to interview that day. That's the only way you could do it. Sorry, I looked like crap. But I was there for you, and we had a nice we talked for hours. It's the only way you answer that. I think is no, not hungover, jet lagged, trying to accommodate your schedule. Thanks for tired shaming me, Dick.
And Elway said the interview went on for 3 to 4 hours too. It wasn't just a 90-minute thing and done. It was
right.
hours.
Yeah,
That's
if I'm hungover, I'm getting that. If I'm hungover, I'll hire you to end the conversation. So that's and Elway's got a reputation for going after it. He does have that. So that's low hanging fruit almost.
the thing overall, too, with Flores and how the interviews went down and the NFL's approach to this, you and I said this back on our Tuesday podcast. I think a lot of people may have felt the same way of once Flores came out and said he was going to sue the NFL, we knew the next 48 to 96 hours was going to be Flores bashing. Like he's lying, he's not telling the truth, it's this, it's that. And quickly, the NFL, after the lawsuit, Fieldy Yates, our pal, said this on Twitter. He's like, NFL on Tuesday. Brian Flores' claims have no merit. NFL on Saturday. We're taking Flores' comments very seriously. We want to make sure this, that, and the other thing, blah, 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 blah. So they basically went full corporate mode after that. So I feel like I don't have a different take on it than I had earlier in the week. We're going to watch these details come out. We're going to find out exactly who may or may not be telling the truth. But unfortunately, the toughest part about this is to find out the end result. If we're in a spot 3 or 5 years from now, I had a conversation with a guy named Parker Hainsworth, who does a great job over at Belly Up Sports, who said this. He goes, sometimes if you even don't win, but you bring change, that's a big enough victory. And maybe that's what Flores wants. He may not win the lawsuit. He may never coach again in the NFL. But if the NFL is in a better spot 3 to 5 years from now because Flores put that change in place, that's maybe the overall victory. I was saying to Levack that, like, even if he doesn't win the lawsuit.
Yeah, sorry, there was a beautiful woman who wanted to hug me. I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
We'll never fault you on that.
That's
Yeah.
right. Then maybe that's the order thing Flores wants. That's just a
For
child.
Levack
Levack,
to
why are you
get
distracted?
hugs.
Stop bringing me to Hooters. They have beautiful women, ice cold beer, and great wings.
Oh.
like you're gonna fall down the chart on me. The class action suit, like you were saying, I get it. Like I think it takes. There's two things I think he did very wrong right now. One, when he said plantation, because whether or not you can literally draw correlations to the two, you lost a lot of people. And everybody who's ever
You lost
Shit,
a
if you-
demographic
well,
of
if you-
who
if
watches
you lost-
the NFL.
well, if you've watched Billions, you understand that a lawyer's real job is to spin the story in such a way that I win you over. There's so many people who are like, dude, I make 40 grand a year and I kill myself for it. You made $8 million a year or whatever. I don't want to hear plantation, right or wrong. I'm not actually talking. I'm just talking about you don't want to say, you want to say whatever's going to bring the most people on your side. So that was where he screwed up. Class action's the next one. I don't know if he could have sued first and then went class action after people jumped in.
He could have, yes.
Okay, so here's the problem with that. You know my favorite saying? If you're a leader and nobody's following you, you're just out for a walk. Like he's trying to be a leader and no one's following. Hugh Jackson jumped in. Everybody's like, Hugh, could you get off the boat, please? Hugh, Hugh, get off the boat. Well, they paid me to lose too. And then people started questioning him. He's like, well, not really lose, but like I was getting paid. And I said, wouldn't it be better if we use this for players? And wait a minute, Hugh, you said you got paid. Like Brian Flores said, I was offered $100,000 every game I lost. You said me too. And then you came back with, well, I got bonuses, but they weren't for, whatever. It's like, Hugh,
I still
you
want
ain't
to see the
helping
proof
nobody.
about that $100,000 for the losses. Who does that help?
I gotta be.
Who does that really help? Because those draft picks, you look at all the draft
Right.
picks that have come up over the last. Let's just go back to 2000, right? Look at all the number one picks who actually came out of there.
You're saying the
that are
tanking
still-
overall in the NFL has actually proven to work yet.
Right.
The only one that probably could prove to work is in the most recent times Joe Burrow, which is the most miraculous thing about the whole thing for the Dolphins is that the Dolphins didn't tank, but the reason they wanted to tank was to get Tua, but they still got Tua. But if they had actually gotten Joe Burrow, how much different would this whole conversation
God.
be?
Yeah.
Well, would it though? Because they still haven't developed an offensive line, so
Well,
it doesn't matter.
And let's not forget, one of the rumors, and again, we're talking rumors, is that Flores didn't want to be tied to Tua. So you got the quarterback you wanted. Your head coach didn't want him anymore. You tried to pay him to lose to get a better quarterback or whatever, and he didn't want to do that. And now you're out. Like it's a total mess. I think what the worst part about all this is Brian Flores is right. Brian Flores should have a head coaching job right now, whether it be Houston, Giants, whoever. He's right. But whoever's giving him his legal advice is screwing up.
He's giving himself the Kaepernick effect.
Not that bad, but he's definitely headed down
It's
that course with a
where-
lot of people.
Right. Obviously, that's extreme, but you're eventually now the cameras are going to follow Flores wherever he goes.
Yeah. Well, and that's not necessarily a terrible thing. It's just a matter of, because if, like, all right, Houston. Let's say he gets the Houston Texans job, which is probably going to, pretty much all he's done is made sure that the Giants are going to get crap for hiring Dable, and then Josh McCown, who the Texans really want to hire, pretty much can't be hired right now. But if he went to Houston's not getting a ton of attention right now. They would with Flores.
Oh, yeah.
It's instant attention just to add Brian Flores. It's just, this has been handled so horribly wrong where he could have been the martyr who got this thing right without actually being a martyr. Like he could have just stepped up, said the things he had to do, file the suit, move forward, and everybody be like, oh crap, he's willing to throw away 20 more years of being a head coach to get this change. The wording, the way he went about it, everything is going to blow up in his face. And maybe that's people acting against him.
And now that Flores is still a candidate for the Texans, still a candidate for the Saints. I know they're interviewing Eric Bieniemy when we're talking about this now. There was another coaching add to the NFL. Doug Peterson is now the head coach of the
Was that even
Jacksonville
rumored?
Jags.
Was that even rumored?
Locally, it wasn't talked about in Jacksonville. I saw local reporters now saying that, like, Doug Peterson, you guys are going to love him in Jacksonville. I'm like, as a coach, I never thought Doug Peterson like
I didn't even
cracking
see it. It
jokes.
just came up and it was like, oh, he's with Jacksonville now. What?
Well, and look, you can't crush. I mean, he had a great stint in Philadelphia. You can't crush him. They tried to hire Byron Leftwich. That didn't work out. That
That was the last thing that I saw. I thought that was done and then 2 days ago. It's like,
The S show that is Jacksonville continued on instead of hiring Byron Leftwich, which you love as a Buccaneers fan.
Yeah. Let me add to that two things, though, because the reason I brought up Peterson there is a great example. Like, we're talking about tanking, and this could affect, look, the Jets fans, you know this. We were there when the play happened with the Raiders, where some Jets fans were cheering when it happened. Giant fan probably looks at this and says, we wish we would have lost a few more games. And Bills fans going back to the day, like, the market out of Western New York loves tanking because they did it with both the Bills and the Sabres at the same time to get Jack Eichel. So it happened all at once. I bring up Peterson because of that final game in his coaching career then with the Eagles, that Week 17 game where the third stringer's out there playing quarterback and he's trying to get a higher pick, and he got fired because of it. I think Doug Peterson's going to do fine in Jacksonville.
Oh, yeah. Especially with Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, you mentioned Byron Leftwich there. The rumor out there, for those who don't know, the rumor as to why Leftwich did not want the Jacksonville job is he flat out told them, okay, it's either me or Trent Baalke, the GM.
Yeah.
Because I heard what happened with Harbaugh, and I want to make decisions. I'm not working with him. And they picked Baalke again. And that's why he left. So there you go, back to the decisions of GMs, owners, and coaches.
Right.
If you guys aren't on the same page of what the future is going to be, it doesn't matter if you're a New York team or an NFL team. Now guys are just going to flat out say, nope, not doing it.
I want to go back to the Flores thing for 1 second, though. So if there ever is proof that they were willing to pay him $100,000 for every game he lost, I think for me, that's the only smoking gun you need as a head coach, to, regardless of color, but in this case, a coach of color. Because in my mind, what you're telling me is, I'm paying you $100,000 for every game you lose because this is going to damage your career so badly that I'm going to give you something for it. So when you lose 8 games, here's $800,000. When you lose 10 games, here's $1 million. Because when I fire you to bring in the guy who's going to do the job with the team I'm building, with the picks I'm getting because you were willing to tarnish your career, you're going to need a little extra severance. Like that's, and you're not going to be able to really sue me at that point because I have proof that you've already accepted compensation.
I can't imagine, as someone who,
you know how hard it is to say accepted compensation when you're missing a tooth?
as someone who, look, people can hate NFL owners as much as they want, but they are successful businessmen at almost 95% of the chance. I can't imagine Stephen Ross was dumb enough to put that in writing.
No way.
No way.
I mean,
so it's a he say, she say situation, or he say situation. So look, they're not going to be able to ever prove that.
That's not a contract. That's an IQ test.
Yes.
Here, I'll write it down. Oh, you're dumb.
Because if they can prove that, seriously, they should actually tell him he's done as an owner. You're gone. Your team's gone.
Out.
This is Pete Rose level affecting of the game of, and obviously cross-sport comparison there, but they should be done. Like, we can't have you do this for our league.
If you're a Dolphins fan, how much do you hate that guy? Think about this, right? Jim Harbaugh could be a great NFL coach again. Now, I don't want to talk to him because I went to Michigan and I don't want to screw with Michigan. I don't give a S about Michigan. Are you kidding? Like, and I'm a Michigan fan. When Harbaugh was rumored to be the next Raiders coach, I was like, well, Saturday's not going to be great, but Sunday will be pretty cool. Like, you live with it. Like, the best guy for the job's at my alma mater, so I'm not going to call him. What? F you, dude. You own the Dolphins. Your job is to give me championships or die trying. And you're not going to call a dude because you're a Michigan guy? F you, Ross. You're out. Right there, if I'm a Dolphins fan, I'm like, first of all, you're a Dolphins fan. You made terrible life choices. But right at that moment, like, I mean, Jared's a Colts fan and he laughs at you. Like, I'm a Raiders fan and I think both you guys are a joke. But like that, like seriously, I spent billions of dollars on this football team, and I can make them better tomorrow. But I don't want to screw with my college that I haven't been to in 40 years, and I already built my library.
Probably hits him up for money time and time again.
You're already paying Harbaugh's salary. Now you only have to pay it once.
Absolutely.
Now you're going to pay one head coach salary. Oh, I hate that so much. You know what I don't hate? Great night's sleep.
Ooh.
That's why I always love talking about a real leader, Dr. Fred Dreer, and the Integrative Sleep Center in Boston Spa. Dr. Fred Dreer, Integrative Sleep Center in Boston Spa. See the logo right up in Cha, right in this area
Giants
here.
fan as well.
If you're watching. He is a big Giants fan. Won tickets to see the Giants at the Hideaway. Hello and welcome to Hooters. I got a mouthpiece. That mouthpiece is helping me sleep. Keeps my airway open. Turns out I have a very large palate, soft palate. Very large, guys.
Hear that, ladies?
Ladies,
Large palate.
soft palate.
Large palate.
So you'll never sleep again. How you doing? Bedroom's not for sleeping because I was snoring so freaking loud. So What my mouthpiece does, it keeps the airway open. It's that simple. It's that easy. It's just a mouthpiece, not a mask, no surgery, none of that nonsense. Mouthpiece keeps the airway open. Snoring's under control. Sleep apnea is under control. I'm sleeping better, feeling better. And it all started by calling 518-885-6185. 518-885-6185. The Integrative Sleep Center in Ballston Spa, Dr. Fred Dreher, help me sleep better. They're going to help you sleep better too. With a good night's sleep, maybe Stephen Ross wouldn't be such a crappy owner. Who knows? Maybe that's the thing. Maybe he needs to go to the Integrative Sleep Center. It could be the whole deal, the whole shooting match. I do hope that Dennis Allen gets the Saints job. I really, really do. I'm just with that's
the reason why he shouldn't.
Yeah, he's a good careers coordinator.
Yeah, and look, he was a decent head coach for the Raiders. That was just a really terrible organization at that point. Terrible thing. What do you want to talk about, guys? You want to talk about Winter Olympics?
I feel like we should just hit on the Winter Olympics just for the fact of, are you going to watch? Like, are you going to watch? Are people going to watch this thing?
Yes, I am.
So
I'm going to watch every minute of the whole thing.
Yeah,
shaking his head for the audience.
You're not, but I was raised by a family who was ingrained in the Empire States Games, right?
Really?
Lifetime skiers. I've been racing since I was a kid, on skis, running down, doing the alpine. I love this time of year. I still have my grandfather's biathlon gun that my uncle taught me how to use and everything. I love the Winter Olympics more than I love the summer.
I'm glad we've got you here because I feel like you're a minority sports fan here when it comes to
We're
Winter
an established ginger Jew.
Sorry.
The minority thing's covered, guys. Stop eating it.
And then also, like, not for nothing, on the flip side for the summer, my father in the 80s was, while we were in our embargo boycott from the Olympics, was based out of California doing the rowing, doing the canoeing, doing all the water sports for the U.S. Olympics team that we just couldn't get in there because we weren't going out there.
Whoa.
So I love this time of year.
Possible that your family weren't good downhill skiers? They just wanted to get away from you.
I wasn't born in the 80s, so
all right.
I was born in 92.
Good point.
As a huge Winter Olympic fan that you are, you're going to watch. I
want to so bad. I always did as a kid. Like, it was a family thing.
Absolutely.
Like, I think the worst thing that ever happened to the Olympics was small screens and be able to watch whatever you want, wherever you want to watch it.
Ding, 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 Levack. That is the answer, right? So, like, yesterday I put on curling. I had, I think a Sweden.
Everyone loves watching curling.
Right?
You watch the stats for the TV, for everything else. That's what everyone wants to watch. I feel like the U.S. men's curling team is just a bunch of dads that want to get away from their wives and kids.
I mean, so much could be true.
The Peacock channel's got some great special about this curler out there. It's like a 30 for 30 NBC style, like hyping this guy up like he's Michael Jordan. I can't even remember his name. I don't want to even try to butcher it. But to your point, Jared, right? Like, you're a Winter Olympic fan. Levack was a Winter Olympic fan with his family back in the 80s and everything else watching it. Has what Levack just said, the idea that we can just pull it up on YouTube, Peacock, whatever, hurt the Olympics, where we're spoiled as sports fans, where, think about this, especially post-COVID 2020. How many people do you know watch something live that's not sports? You're watching it whenever you feel like, whatever you
election
want.
Results.
That's
maybe
it.
weather. Maybe weather.
And you can pull that up on your phone. Like, is that why the Winter Olympics aren't as popular? Because it's in Beijing and people find out the results whenever they want?
Outside of radio, I don't think I listen to anything, watch anything live anymore. Right? I'm a big radio. I love radio and all that. It's in my truck all the time. But
what's radio?
Right. Absolutely. I said that for that for your benefit.
I gotta be honest. I just
wanted to poke at you a little.
I was under the impression that radio died on May 28th, 2021.
There's one station that did, but I got some friends that are still on other stations that are affiliated with.
You don't have friends.
You're right.
But anyways, back to your point. Live sporting events you're talking about. So
Peacock is great.
Yeah.
ABC is great. You can go back on that all the time. But when it's in Beijing, we're so far away. I'm not getting up at 2 a.m. to go watch hockey.
I'm still up. I don't sleep.
You suggested
the integrated sleep center.
You suggested this, Levack. I think you suggested this. Why don't more American cities just constantly bid for it? Like, if America's the audience you want the most, or is it China? Like, I don't know what the Olympic audience
you guys want to know the dirty little secret about the Olympics and why a lot of the U.S. is not getting
the IOC is in bed with China. That's what I heard.
Yeah, listen, CCP party, blah, blah, blah. You and I can go about this off air all day long. I'm not getting
China in here controlling everything.
I'm not getting into it.
That's what it's That's what it's about.
The
China
Olympics and their standards.
By the way, that's why I don't have TikTok on my phone. China.
I'm done with this.
Go ahead.
I'm
Jared.
even.
Go
Guy-
ahead.
I don't even
Guy
have
has one
China
beer.
dishes anymore. I got rid of Chinette because it sounded close to China.
Should we go to his house and see what says made in China?
No,
Can we please?
no.
It's got batteries in it.
One of my buddies, his name's Scott Lawler, and he's the
He's from
chief.
China.
He's the chief estimator over at La Chase. He was able to get the build.
Look, China.
He was able to get the bid for the Lake Placid so that him and La Chase Construction could go out and rebuild the entirety of Lake Placid.
That's right.
For us
Make it
to
look
even
more like
be
China.
able to bid, there has to be like something like a 5-year decay on everything that's been in there between the bobsleds, between the ski jumps, and there has to be minimum capacities now. You look at when it was in Qatar. Go look at where Qatar is at now.
China.
All of those soccer stadiums, all those other venues
where they
are now
play soccer?
deteriorating.
China.
No, you're right though. I don't understand. It's a 5-year path base. What you're saying to make
That's
it happen.
right.
That's tough, man.
That's what
And
China wants you to believe.
everyone, it brings in a big influx. The Olympics try to sell what you're going to make, but the thing is, you spend that on the infrastructure 3 times over before you actually even see a dollar.
Which you know where that money goes.
China.
Damn right, China.
Okay, full
Thank
circle.
you. We live at Hooters. You know what you don't find at Hooters? China. All right, they ain't got no Hooters
You
in
find
China.
a good, good
what I'm
old
saying.
fashioned Labatt blue beer.
Blue bubble hockey. Don't play that in China. Don't do it. Don't do it. China, they might try once they see how good we are here and you're winning prizes like Labatt Blue coolers and whatnot, but not in China, right? You know what I'm saying. This guy here knows what I'm saying.
You're hurting me.
That's what I'm saying. You're from Syracuse, right? Or is it Sarah, China? You tell me.
All right, so the answer is yes. We will be watching the Winter Olympics.
That's,
Is that what we
maybe
got?
what you want to believe.
That's what we got. All right,
China.
Oh, especially hockey.
As long as
I love
wait,
Olympic hockey.
let me,
Like there's
ask,
no
let
tomorrow.
me ask you a real question. Don't have an answer to.
Okay.
Does China have a hockey team?
Yes,
Yes,
they
they
do.
do, actually.
China plays hockey?
Did you not see the release on Twitter from the Chinese
Twitter.
hockey
To China.
uniforms?
What? No. They don't play hockey. They ain't got no ice in China.
I actually haven't heard
Are
this,
you-
Jared. What is it? Tell
I
me.
feel like you're losing more and more teeth for each time you keep going
Once
down
that
that
tooth
saying
go,
China.
once that tooth came out, China.
I see
right
like
away
3 more
too.
coming out now.
As you know what was in that tooth? Microchip from China. That's right. That was watching my every move. Every single move,
The
China.
goalie from China.
Don't
has
even get me
dragons,
started on China and COVID.
and they actually ingrained had dragons on their leg pads, and also because of the Year of the Tiger, they actually had
Finally.
the Year of the Tiger ingrained on their.
Yeah, you want to know why
on
I got a
their
lion? Because
uniforms.
there
It's
ain't no
actually pretty
lion
great.
in China stuff. That's right. Lion, no China. They ain't got no lions in China. Tell you what, I watched Shang-Chi. I like that. I like that. That was
You
a
know
good
what?
show.
Keep it up. I'm going to
I
tell
like
Ashley
that. It
to
was a
start
good
bringing
show.
over the tequila.
He's got 10 rings.
Yeah, I'm
But
gonna go
the
get
Olympics
tequila.
has less rings. I don't understand it personally, but I guess it all comes back to China. It does. It does. You know what I thought was fun about this whole China thing
Yeah.
is our athletes go over there and represent this country in China, right? Our politicians over here
Oh, we weren't going to go
kicking
down
up
that
a
today.
storm for our poor athletes to walk into in China. Now, we ain't going to go there. We ain't going to go over and see y'all in China. I think they should have walked right in. I think they should have walked right in. They should have kicked the door open like a saloon back in the Old West. Hello, China. We here. No, what they did is left it for the athletes. This
You know
is
the
guys
doors in
trying
the
to figure out.
saloon in the Old West didn't go below the waist,
If you,
so you can't kick it.
you got to Shawn Michaels. You got to get that kick. You know who Shawn Michaels is, right? He's an American hero. He wears Heartbreak Kid. Right there. Undertaker, sit up, choke slam, all in China, all at once, whole thing. Right. Hulk Hogan go in there, rip his shirt off. All the Chinese run for the hills.
brother.
That's right. Only Chinese I like is food. You know what I'm saying? Guys is trying to figure out how to kick me off of Godzilla Media right now. Guys is trying to think if the Ant Goz show will work without me.
No,
That's all it is. That's all it is. That's what it is. What do you want to talk about now?
No, I just thought about the Hulk Hogan thing. I'm like, Hulk Hogan beats China. I just like had a whole storyline. turning
I'm
my head.
a real
You know, we should at least
American.
pitch that to
Fight
the
for the
McMahon
rights
family.
of every
Really
man.
I was gonna say, Levack,
Get with him today.
do you want to talk some college basketball?
Do they
And
play that in China?
Not
Yao
well.
Ming was 6 white dudes sitting on his shoulders. That's the truth. You know why wants to talk about that?
But what about our friend Cindy Martin, who was a part of a great event this past week?
I'm going to get rid of the accent for
That's
this one
right,
because
please.
Cindy is an amazing woman. And if you wanted to buy a home in China, she'd find a realtor in China to help you find a home right then and there. No, truth of the matter is, like, she is amazing. She had this great network of inspectors, local attorneys, everything you need
Insurance
to get your.
That's right.
She's
That's
an
right.
insurance agent.
She is?
Cindy Martin is my insurance. No. She's my insurance to keep you away from me. Actually, I go Cindy. I was like, Cindy, I know that you're part of the Jen Karam team over at Howard Hanna. Will you help me to move so that Jared Lozier can't find me anymore? And Cindy was like, it's not going to be easy, but I can make it happen. I can make it happen. I can work with you. You're one of my people. She says my people, and she means it. Listen, Cindy's the best. She works locally and globally, so she could help you get to China if you were so inclined. Me personally, I'm going to stay in the U.S. I'm red, white, and blue. It's all about what you love. She's green and yellow for Howard Hanna. That's how she's also orange and blue for the Empire. Big local sports fan. I think she's at the Firewolves game like right now. The best thing about Cindy is she's just a great person. She kicked cancer's ass. She will kick any other realtor's ass for you verbally and on contracts. She's just amazing. She's fantastic. Cynthia Martin at howardhanna.com. Cynthia Martin at howardhanna.com. 518-932-5558. That's her cell phone. Any woman willing to give you her cell phone stands by what's going on. 518-932-5558. She said to me, Jeff, if you want to sell your house, now's the time. It's cold out, there's snow, all that stuff going on, which means anyone who's looking for a home right now is serious. They're going to be motivated, and they're going to get things done for you. Speaking of needing a home, Maddie had people living under her home, didn't even know they were there. Oh, she's selling there. You can sell it with Cindy Martin. Cindy Martin, Howard Hanna, Cindy Martin. You give her a call. I'll give you the number right now, Maddie. Write this down. 518-932-5558. 518-932-5558. You're going to thank me for getting you in touch with Cindy Martin. She is the best. Cynthia Martin at howardhanna.com. Boom. Boom.
Tonight here at Hooters, North Carolina Duke, the best rivalry in college.
I know.
Do you want my phone? For our audio site, she just wrote it on her hand, by the way, with no pen in her hand.
I'll give you the number later, but not mine.
Syracuse earlier today.
Because I only love Cindy.
30-point winners over Louisville. Behind us, Kansas is going to win by 30 over the defending national champions, Baylor. Duke, go ahead.
Oh, there's right Ashley. Here, There's Ashley
Duke,
right there.
Carolina tonight. It is Coach K's final time playing against Carolina. Levack, I'm going to ask you this, and then Jared, I'm going to ask you this as well, because you guys both are obviously New York guys. Did you guys find yourselves over the last 25 to 30 years rooting for Duke or Carolina? Would you guys consider yourselves Duke or Carolina fans? Because here in the Capital Region, we watched Albany kind of build their way up. Siena was always kind of considered a Cinderella. I mean, this is the end of Coach K. Levack, I'll start with you. Did you ever find yourself over his career rooting for Coach K?
No, not at all. I'm a Michigan fan. I at one point I did have a North Carolina hat because that's it. But no, screw Coach K. Screw him and his hard to spell name. That's it.
Jared, how about
screw
you?
Duke.
So
Duke's
we
like
started
the
off
China of college basketball, if we're being real. I think it's
here we go again.
Again, I haven't stopped. Can't stop, won't stop.
We heard that about you. Freight train, baby.
That's what your mom said.
Whoa, Kay Locher's a nice lady.
I will take her out to a 5-steak dinner. Never call her again.
Jared,
no, so half my family's from Raleigh, and they all grew up being UNC fans, but then all of a sudden everyone went to Duke, including my little brother.
Whoa.
And then we started going to Duke games.
Where'd you go?
What's that?
Where'd you go to college?
What college dropout?
Yeah! He was
attended, Jared.
He was focused on the insurance. He didn't need college. He needed to study insurance.
That's right. It's like that, dude.
But he was abducted by China.
If anything, Jared is now a North Carolina fan.
Actually, I just
Duke
assumed that with his skin complexion, he couldn't go to North Carolina. The sun's a little too bright. He'd combust.
Look at that, Jared. We just did that for you. Tell your family that.
Yeah.
So,
are you all gingers or just you?
Just me.
Just you, the only ginger?
I'm the mailman, son.
I was gonna say.
So
no, all my family is either blonde or super dark hair. There's no in between, and those of us who can grow a beard, it is red. So I do fit in. Thank you.
Ronald McDonald's on the phone. He says he's your real dad.
Daddy. So you're rooting for Duke, in other words, how we got there.
I've been, and especially when my little brother was down at Duke, we go to games, we sit in the student section, good old time, and it just ended up being like, all right, root for Duke. It was great.
So you're an actual Duke fan now?
No, I'm still a Syracuse fan through and through, but it's, when the family started going to Duke, and half the family used to work for UNC, and then everyone started working for Duke. It wasn't really a bandwagon thing, because it was like, you guys are how many states away?
I feel like everything we bring up, Jared's going to be tied to. Oh yeah, the Winter Olympics I ski. Blah, blah, blah,
That's why I love this.
Everybody
It's
works
great.
at Duke or works at North Carolina.
I want
You
to
don't know a damn thing about my family, so listen,
I
we
love
are.
it.
Oh, I know a lot about your family.
Hey now, listen, I'm sorry about that.
Ask me where I was in 1991.
I want to
Math doesn't check out there, guys. So nice try.
You were born in 92.
go back. You were like 13.
It's
Well,
so
so I was like
hard.
a freshman. I was a freshman in high school.
Oh man,
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
14.
I was
but
like 15.
You're close.
Yeah.
You're close.
Yeah,
Back
I
to
get
the-
it done.
Wait,
My
back
boys swim, yo.
to the Duke thing. Did you say you sat in the Cameron Crazies? Is that what I heard? You were part of the Duke cheering or Duke student section?
It was a great time.
Tell me about it.
I went to a few games pre-COVID with my little brother, but then he graduated for 2020. So the second half of the year for the March, for when we were supposed to be up here for March Madness, we're going to go down to the Times Union Center, now MVP, hang out for that. But being down in the Crazies, my man, you were jumping up and down, and you're like, okay, these bleachers are going to cave and I'm going to die.
That's why I brought that up, because with Coach K leaving, I wonder if these programs, they did a piece on this on College Game Day this morning about once Coach K leaves and Roy Williams has already left Carolina, will it still be the dominant force that it is? It's called Krzyzewskiville there in Duke over Coach K and his legacy and everything else. But
I think it will be.
yeah, I don't think
It still will be. That's not going to go away. I mean, how many years has he coached there? Was it 33?
a lot. Yeah.
Maybe over 35. I don't know the exact number.
A year for every consonant in his last name. I'm pretty sure. I think that's what it is.
But I mean, he's the only coach that I've known for my entire life, and I'm 29. So
I would say this, because it's a weird week and it's such good college games. Levack, I think you are like many sports fans. College basketball starts February 14th, the day after the
Well,
Super
it's supposed
Bowl.
to start this week, but NFL had to screw that up. Thanks for nothing. I started paying a little more attention with this little hiatus between, you can only bet so much pro wrestling. Like, a lot of people won't take those wagers. I had to get in some
Scripted,
pools.
son.
Whoa! How dare you?
Whoa, the winner is
Whoa.
scripted. The actual fighting is different.
You know who says stuff like that? China.
Or I have friends that actually that live in Tampa that work for the WWE.
Here we go.
and
My
the
name's Jared. I know people.
NXT.
Oh my God! Why do you believe
I
everything
used
he
to work
says?
together at Starbucks when I was 18 until I was 20.
I was abducted by aliens once. I happen to know the leader of the Martian Collective. I do know that.
Levack, I have lived the most random life a
Yeah.
man could ever live.
I have
all
so
right?
many
You like vampires, do you? I'm half vampire. Yeah.
I mean, you see this like one
side.
tooth that's like right here.
My
Like,
dad's side.
All right, before you two,
Listen, you're missing that tooth. All
Hang on.
right, so I don't want to hear it.
I know where it is.
I want Levack to hit that. What we have right there, Levack, that graphic right there.
one?
Before, the audio side will not see it yet, but I want to give a shout out to our guy who loves that show you reference here on our visual side. That's our guy, Tom over at John Stone Supply. in
John
Troy.
Stone. I used to install furnaces.
You guys did?
I did.
I
Yeah.
don't think that's true for either one of you. John Stone Supply in Troy is doing this for us right now. If you stop at a John Stone Supply in Troy on 6th Avenue in Troy, 2% off. 2% off.
Yeah. We'll take beers.
2% off if you say John Goodman Furnaces. It's a winner. It's
Don't you have to say
February.
Levack and Goz thing too?
Levack and Goz, that's right.
Yeah.
Levack and Goz, John Goodman Furnaces, 2% off your furnaces right now. Call them 518-272-5922. 518-272-5922. John Stone Supply in Troy. Going to make sure you are warm this winter. And if anything's going wrong, you already heard the number. 518-272-5922. John Stone Supply in Troy will help you through those dilemmas. It's so important to share that number with your friends, your family, and more.
What's the discount again?
2% off Goodman Furnaces. AKA,
I heard it's 4% if you say Titans suck when you get Tom on the phone.
Don't do that. He's a Titan fan.
Actually,
he has
he'll
a
add
baby on the
4%.
way, Levack. He has a child on the way.
Yeah, let's help that
be
child
tight.
not be a Titans fan. I think that's a good start right there.
What's
Shout
wrong
out
about being a Titans fan?
Shout out to
You're a
George,
Colts fan.
Rob, everybody over
I'll
there.
support
Kevin,
people.
He meant the
James.
Titans, like the actual Titans, not the team, the Greek mythology Titans. Jared, we hung out with them.
John Stone Supply in
Aren't you
Troy.
the guy with the one eye?
No, I have a brown eye. You can take a good look at if you want.
The question I have up on our YouTube side is this, and I don't know if Jared, if you've watched this, so this might be a spoiler central we're walking into. I just finished Ted Lasso. Okay,
First 2 seasons.
2 seasons. I
Can't
just
wait.
finished it. It took me a month and a
Good
half
show.
to finish. It's okay. I finished. That is the greatest TV.
Is that why you're a father?
That's right. That is the greatest sports TV
Please
show
watch.
of all time. There is no.
I'm just watching the
sports-
viewers go down on the YouTube side.
There is no sports television show that is better than Ted Lasso. Levack, you watched it. Is that too hot of a take for me to say Ted Lasso?
I love
is the
Ted Lasso.
greatest?
I think Sports Night is still the best.
Sports Night. Whoa.
I think that's still the best sports show. Ooh, hello. Hello.
Thank you, Ash.
Oh, sorry. I can't talk right now. Ash is in my vicinity. when Ashley O is around, I go, oh, yes. Hello. She might be the most beautiful woman I've ever met in person. Like, in all sincerity. Like am I wrong?
She's yes.
Besides your wife, of course.
Of course.
Like, yeah, of course.
Who also
of course.
loves Ted Lasso, who will definitely listen to this part of the episode because she just finished it with me as well.
Listen,
So
the only
like 3 episodes in on Ted Lasso, I'm hooked on it. It's
you're only 3 in? I'm jealous because I would love to watch it all over again. Like you're not seeing it. It's a great show. Season 2 is weird because season 2 almost feels like they went, you know what we should do? A little less Ted Lasso and Ted Lasso. Let's spend a little more time on Coach Beard and everybody else. And it works out as the show goes on and you kind of figure out why they're doing it for the story. But like Ted Lasso it's great. It's one of those shows when you find it, like, oh, it's only a half hour each episode. I don't need to spend a bunch of time on it. All of a sudden you watch a season in one sitting.
Yeah. Season 1 of Ted Lasso, and this is going to sound like a shot to it. I felt like it was more like cotton candy. And it's like, look, we've all grown up in different eras of what we thought were really good comedies and really good shows. The world we live in 2020, 2021, 2022, I watched it. I'm like, all right, like this is such, like no one's getting made fun of. No,
Right.
Like the whole era.
It's a feel-good show.
Right. Like it's, and
Why is that bad?
even somebody, Jordan's sister said to me, she's like, this isn't even a comedy. I'm like, because it's so used to her not thinking like those are jokes that are usually like
But it's just
jokes.
it's such a feel-good show. Like
Right.
I actually, because I kind of thought about that for a second. I was like, what's wrong with me that I'm looking for evil in this show? Like, why can't I just enjoy a feel-good moment?
we're ingrained in that to see from other shows.
Yeah, for sure. And then
Right.
season 2 hits, and like you kind of said, like
Yeah, there's
season
the
2, they're
darkness.
like the darkness is there, but it's like it's a stake. It went from cotton candy to like, you know what? Let's just go win every Emmy.
Right.
Let's just go. Everybody
Right.
else is shut down for production. We've already got ours in the can. The old term is like it's already been filmed. Let's just be the best show possible, and that's what they did. So I heard the rumors they're only going to do 3 seasons. That was the plan from the beginning. This will go down as the greatest sports television show of all time.
Yeah, they're supposed to start production this month on season 3.
Yep.
What's the boss's name? It's not Rebecca or whatever.
Yeah,
Is it Rebecca?
Yeah.
She's so freaking hot. Did you guys watch Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Do you know
I
who-
haven't seen all of it though. So
Do you,
don't.
do you know? Well, you've seen the shame meme.
Yes.
She's the shame bell.
Oh, yeah.
She's the shame bell. It's the same woman. Shame blown. Shame blown.
I did
Same
not
woman.
recognize that.
Same woman. Mean monk woman. Shame
I'm gonna have to
blown.
go back and look at that now.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of things you should go back and look at. It was MrSkin.com. A friend told me I wouldn't look personally. I would never do that.
Time to do
personally.
a Control H on Levack's computer.
Not in this one. I mean,
We've
I
got
don't have a computer hidden in my house for porn. I don't. Why would you accuse me?
Sorry,
I'm such
sorry.
a-
80 inch screen TV. He uses the webcast. Got it. Or
I don't have a computer that like one of my closest friends that none of you guys knows he has to go to destroy with a hammer if I die.
I thought that's why I
It's
had
not
your
an old
address.
Commodore 64.
that sounds like the perfect segue for Q&A to end the day. So I have a few tweets here that people would like to have answered. Q&A to end
Yeah,
the
I'm
day.
not gonna rebound. All right, here we go.
Let's start with Alexa B on Twitter, who
Oh.
wrote this to me a week
What up,
ago.
girl? What up, girl? How you doing?
She wrote this to me a week ago.
What up,
Said,
B?
don't worry, Alexa. We'll definitely answer this Tuesday at 5:45, and we completely ignored you.
I
So
know
I
not with
apologize.
you.
She wrote, I want to make sure I find it. Red Panda, what's
Yeah.
her deal?
Her deal is China.
You set him up for that one. You set him
Goz
up.
loves Red Panda.
Alexa, that's my girl. I love
Yeah.
her. Again, Alexa B would like
Alexa,
to know the
wait,
height
wait.
of Red Panda. What's her deal?
Wait
Is
a
she
minute,
hot?
hold on.
She also wrote, is she hot?
I don't know. I've never seen her. But the problem with this is we're supposed to ask Alexa stream.
Oh, we're back.
We're back.
Thank you for sticking with us. Thank you
Sorry
for
about
sticking with
that. I
us.
blame Goz. Honestly, I do. It's always Goz's fault. I think that's what we all learn from all of this each and every day. All right, let's wrap this quick. Give me another question or two. Let's go.
Fred wants to know about the UFC. Hooters is their spot for the UFC. I love Bruce
Boom.
Buffer. What do you guys think about Bruce Buffer?
I think he's the poor man's Jeff Levack. Go. China.
DJ wants to know, did you guys see the play involving the Cavaliers and Hornets last night where the NBA referee gave a guy on a practice shot 3 points? Do you know the story behind this or no?
No, I didn't.
Go quick. China.
Whistle blows. You know how the guys in practice shots after the whistle blows? Guy ran off the bench and fouled him, goofing around. Referee teed him up, said the shot counts even though he missed. 4-point play. Cavaliers won. Decided the game at the end. It's actually a rule in the NBA. If a guy off your bench fouls someone while on the court, you get 3 points. I had no idea that was a rule.
China. NBA's big in China.
The last one here, I think you might have said this on the show, right? Sam Hubbard, the defensive end for the Bengals, DJ wanted to let us know he is honoring Harambe with the victory.
Yeah, good for him. Good for him. All right, let's do some quick ones. Corey and Greenwich, LOL. Gazi, would you be okay if Brady signed a one-day contract with the Patriots to retire?
Yes, of course.
I would not. One-day contracts are stupid. I think they're the dumbest thing out there ever. Also, Corey, in a way, do you think Brian Leftwich wants to stay a Buck because Coach Arians will retire sometime soon?
2 for 2 from Corey and Greenwich. Whoa,
he better poison Todd Bowles because I think Todd Bowles is next in line. That's Ryan McCarthy. He does no credentials required. He asked me to be on the show and then never got back to me. He's a show tease.
Is he China?
Are you from China?
It's called China. It's pronounced China.
China. He is.
How about a little sneak peek? No credentials required this week. Friday.
That's right. Show your boobs.
Warren Moon will be joining No Credentials Required this week.
Why did he get Warren Moon?
Warren Moon, you got him.
Why did he get Warren Moon?
His butt is bigger.
Why did he get
number 1?
I think. Oh, if you guys can't hear, Ryan's off mic. He said he needed more help than I did. Okay, all right, I got you.
Thank you, Ryan.
No credentials required. That's it. It's the only show I go on when I have nowhere else to go. All right,
Ryan, thank you.
Jared, thank you for your help. Ryan, thank you for being here. Hooters, love you. Thank you. Anything else we should say before we get out of here before my phone explodes?
Tuesday, Tech East. Wednesday, Mohawk Chevy. Thursday, Mohawk Honda. Get ready for the big game. Sunday, cool stuff on the way. Thank you for being a part of this broadcast.
And we might be on more because we might get more guests and just feel like doing it. That's going to be the whole thing. Unless, like it happened here, someone, I won't name any names, blows up our feed, China. Levack and Goz, Jared helping out live at Hooters. Make sure you order all your food for your Super Bowl or big game party. Order it from Hooters. Wherever way you get it to your house, they got you wings, all that awesome stuff. Order it from here, DoorDash, all those things. Do it. It's amazing. It's so good. You're going to love it. China. So a little advice. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. And, hug a stranger.
Don't hug a stranger.
Hug a stranger.
Especially if it looks like that guy. Just don't do it.
China.